Lee, thanks very much for taking the time to chat. It's been a busy week. Before we talk about the games that have been and the games to come, how have you found this week?
Yeah, it's obviously always a challenge when it's a 3-game week, but good thing is we're obviously through at the next round of the Cup, which is the sole purpose. And then last night, I think a little bit disappointment, dropping 2 points. We feel we did enough in the game to take the full 3, but listen, it's a difficult place to go. Hearts are a really good team. They're showing that with where they are in the table. And there isn't any easy games in the league anymore. So yeah, it's a challenge, but I think there's a lot of positives to take. We played some really nice stuff, and yeah, we can take it forward into Sunday's game.
How do you, I don't say cope, cope feels a harsh word to say, but how do you manage it a week like this where you're, because it's very different in terms of structure and it's the same for us as for you, so how do you manage a week like this?
I sometimes prefer a 3-game week because there's less to think about as such. Like, everybody loves to train, but you'd rather play games than train. So it's obviously a different focus. Your focus shifts after every couple of days, but biggest thing is getting in recovery, eating right, making sure that you're sleeping. And then, coming in, the later starts have certainly helped this week, so that's been nice. But yeah, I think for us, we know what we want to achieve come the end of the season. So we understand that these weeks are going to be challenging, but we've got a really strong squad with a lot of depth, and we're able to change it up, and there's no change in performance. So I think we're able to make sure that we put in performances in every game. Last night, maybe a little bit short of what we want to be, but we know come Sunday we're going to be ready.
Obviously played Rangers before this season at Ibrox. It was a game of 2 halves, is that fair? I think it's fair.
Yeah,
What's your memories of that, and how do you think that's going to help you prepare for the game coming this Sunday?
I think first half we definitely were the dominant side and probably should have been a few goals ahead, but these games are always so tight, the scorelines are close, so there were obviously a lot of positives to take. Rangers came into the game second half, and I think in spells we maybe struggled not having the ball, but we respect Rangers as a team, and we know their qualities, but ultimately, again, we know what we want to achieve this year, and we need to make sure that we're constantly picking up points, and we need to be beating our closest rivals. So again, it's no different on Sunday. We need to go in and get 3 points.
And when you look at the table now, it's much closer than it has been. I think we've always talked about the fact that each season seems to be another team kind of gets added into the mix. Is that something that, I know you're very competitively, is that something that you enjoy? Yeah,
listen, you want to have as many competitive games within the league as possible, and obviously with Hibs and Hearts, and I think the improvements that they've shown over the last few years, these teams are taking points off everybody. It's no longer a top 2. You've got a top 5. You've also got the likes of Partick and Motherwell in there that are making up the top 6. So listen, it's difficult. You need to make sure that every game matters, and you need to be picking up points. And ultimately, as a team, we want to make sure that we go into every game and trying to take 3 points and go for the win, especially at home, having home advantage. Hopefully the fans can come out in their numbers again on Sunday, but we know the importance of Sunday. Nothing is obviously won and lost with regards to the title, but these games are obviously hugely important for us.
Taking all that into consideration then, what are you expecting on Sunday?
I think it'll be a close game. I think there'll be periods where we will be dominant, and ultimately there'll also be times where we might not have as much of the ball as we would like, but I think we need to make sure that we bring our strengths and try and exploit the areas that we need to, that ultimately gives us 3 points on the day.
You mentioned the fans as well. They were obviously very well wrapped up on Wednesday night, but
don't blame them.
They've been turning up at good numbers at Petershill as well, and it'd be good to see another bumper crowd for one of the last games of the year. Yeah,
listen, obviously it's a big game. You've got your kind of Glasgow rivals as such coming here, and the last game was at Ibrox. It was good to get a good crowd there, but we know at home it's a smaller facility, but as soon as you get numbers in, like, you hear it, and we want to get as many people in, get bums on seats, keep promoting the game here. But it's a good one to come along to.
Nice. Lee, thank you very much.
Thank you. No problem.